I'd like to quickly explain what GEEPS is and how it works. The first question I always get is, what is GEEPS? GEEPS is a special Linux utility built into a USB flash drive. Along with storage, it does two things really easy. First, it'll start any non-booting computer built since 1998 to rescue the data that's on it. And then second, it erases data by writing zeros to each sector to protect against identity theft when disposing of that old PC. Windows only removes the directories and leaves all the data intact to be found by someone. The next question I get is, how does it work? Well, what you do is you take a GEEPS device, like this right here, and you plug it into an open USB port, and then you turn the power on. The first screen you see is this display right here. It contains your drives at the bottom, along with the GEEPS drive with the USB symbol, along with step-by-step instructions to help you find and rescue your data. As you walk through the instructions, and you can see here it has the breadcrumbs, it tells you how to identify the drive that has your data. So you mouse over each one of these and you see that it has additional information about it, whether it's NTFS, how big it is, how much storage, 106 gig in this case. This next drive, when I mouse over it, it tells me this one's only 5.6 and that it's VFAT. And according to the instructions, I'm supposed to be looking for an NTFS. So I would click on this one. So then, because it's Linux and not Windows, you only have to click once to open it. You open the drive that has your data, and you open the GEEPS device or your own external drive, whichever one you want to use. At that point, the instructions will further tell you how to find the data that you need amongst all the folders that you're going to find on that drive. Within Windows, if it's XP or older, what you're going to want to look for is a folder called Documents and Settings. And in our case, that would be right here in the top. If you're using Vista or Windows 7, you're going to be looking for a folder called Users, which is not on here. This is an XP computer. So what you do once you locate the folder that you want is you simply drag it to the USB drive that's been opened as well down here. And for our demonstration, I'm going to do something smaller that doesn't take as much time. I'm going to drag the Novell folder down here. And you can see it just quickly copies it over. It'll copy as much data as you want. And again, if you have more data than the GEEPS device will hold, then you can use an external drive if you'd like. We have two GEEPS models, a 1.7 gig and a 30 gig available currently. So once you get that done, you can come back up here to the menu. We'll go ahead and close these windows. Let me show you first, if you wanted to drill into any of these, what you can find is, let's see, I'm going to do that one more time. If I open it, if I scroll into, I thought I was looking at this earlier. It shows a variety of, like if I wanted to look at a PDF, for instance, it'll display it. And the green arrow right here allows you to go up so that we're back again at the folder structure. And so if I go into Documents and Settings, then I can also go in to folders here, and I can simply look around and explore to find the data that I'm really looking for. So once I find the data that I'm interested in, and it's a document here, I can open this up. This is a Word document. I know which folders to drag and which ones not to. I can also do things like right-click on a folder, and I can look at properties. It's very similar to Windows in that respect, and it'll tell me how big the files are. So you can find out a lot of information simply by exploring around on the folders. So once you've got all your data moved off, you come over to the menu, and you can come down here to Wipe Drive. If you select Wipe Drive, it's going to just ask you to choose a drive, and the drive that you select is going to go ahead and write the zeros to the sectors and erase the data completely. So be careful with that one. Make sure you got all your stuff off. If you need help, besides the screen-by-screen instructions, there's much more detailed information available within the menu help, including illustrations that will remind you of what it is you need to do when you're looking for your data, when you are trying to copy it off, how things work. So you can go through and how much space does a folder take. All of this is detailed in the help instructions. And the last thing I guess I would want to tell you is that 60% of all PCs will just recognize the GEEPS device and start right up when you plug it in and turn the power on. Typically the BIOS will look for a flash drive, it'll look for a CD-ROM, and then it'll go to the hard drive. If your machine's one of those 40% where it goes directly to the hard drive and doesn't check the external devices first, it's a very simple thing to change the computer to look at those external drives, and GEEPS comes with both a quick start guide and detailed BIOS instructions to make sure that you can get that done correctly.